Hi John, here's the amp. Gonna go through a little sound test just so you can hear it. I'll walk you through the features and show you some of the quirks so you can just be sure that this is the amp for you to the best that we can over a phone. So on the front panel you've got the master volume here. You can hear a little bit of noise from my cell phone coming through the amp, but a tone control and a volume. On the back you have switches. You've got a pentode triode switch, which affects the first preamp tube, which is a 5879 pentode. You have a phase inverter balance switch. I don't know much about this modification. It's 3-position. Apparently it just changes a resistor on the phase inverter to put the 2 triodes in a kind of a different balance arrangement. And then there's a negative feedback switch, which, if you don't know what negative feedback is, basically it takes a little bit of the signal from somewhere in the amp, in this instance in the preamp, and it feeds it back to the output transformer, and it lowers gain and affects fidelity of the amplifier, makes it more stable. So of course when you lift that off, you get a gain boost, but you get a little bit more noise. So this is stock pentode, negative feedback on, phased inverter in the, I think, balanced position. So this is just the master volume and the power scaling up. This is the full normal amp. So this is quarter volume, half volume, 3/4 volume, it's got a ton of gain, as you can see. I put it back to half volume. That's all the way treble control. This is all the way to bass. Back to middle. That's the master volume. Basically, what this master volume does is it takes the phase inverter signal, puts them out of phase with each other, so they cancel each other out as you turn down the pot. So you get low sound. So it's barely audible. I don't know that it's a great sound, but you have a little bit of control that way. On the back, the power scaling control, basically the idea is you're lowering the voltage from the power transformer through the rectifier throughout the whole circuit. So that's what this knob on the back does. Of course, that makes volume go down. So that's the amplifier in whole. So now here's the fun quirks. So that's the pentode triode switch. It basically reduces the gain of this first stage. So that's a fun feature if you want to lower the gain. Allows you to turn the amplifier itself up. Okay, anytime you add gain though, you gain noise, but you know amplifiers, so you've been around this. I haven't ever noticed much of a change with the balanced phase inverter switch. I leave it in the up position because what happens when you lift the negative feedback, in certain positions, because of these other mods, you get kind of a high frequency whine throughout the circuit because this amplifier was built requiring negative feedback, which is normal. So depending on where you put the tone control, all those resistors and capacitors are at play. But I find when the phase inverter balance switch is up, then that doesn't happen. So my suggestion is, you can run the pentode triode switch as you see fit. Down is pentode, put the phase inverter balance switch up. On these amps, I just leave the negative feedback on, so that's down, and I don't really mess with the power scaling or the master volume. They're there if you want them, but You know, the tone control adds and lowers gain as well because it's a Baxendall circuit, so it's somewhat interactive, but other than that, it's a pretty straightforward amp. So I think I saw on eBay that you play pedal steel and Hawaiian guitar, so you know, you could leave the negative feedback on, put it in triode mode, turn the treble up, keep the volume down. And you can get some fun, clean sounds. So anyway, there's a run through. I'm gonna go. I added a ground cable to the base plate. Just installed that, which grounds the base plate for better shielding. And I'll probably put that amp in a box, and then it just uses 4 screws to attach over there into the cabinet when you receive it. Anyway, hope you like it.